What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your thing. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, come on, come on, give me your thing. Hey, because they do the round. Fat girls like to do the round. Woo. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Woo. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. Fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Bitch like fat girl, hit the ground. Hit it up and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it equal. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do it spin. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, back down. Drop me and get down. Burn it all back. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the web press, hard part two. Lips and out, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that ass, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Fat girl like to do the round. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like to do the round. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Listen to this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know that happen, don't quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the net. Fat girl, bring through the top of the climb. If not, I'ma pull the panties down. Fat girl, bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the damn way I cheat. Bounce fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn next one. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not the damn hours. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your knees is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. I'm just saying, y'all on here interrupted me eating key lime pie. We got a really big show today. I've not been on here for a couple days because I'm out there working. You are not eating on the podcast. Yes, I am. I mean, key lime pie. Ooh, shoot. They got on here on the microphone. Listen, man, y'all interrupted me. I was supposed to be on at 5 o'clock. Mom said don't eat with your mouth full, but I'm late. It's a long story I want to share with y'all because I'm running for Congress. Key lime pie with lemonade does not taste good together. I'm just telling you, it don't taste good. It's absolutely horrible. It just twists up the taste. You can't drink everything while eating key lime pie. I really like the crust, the bottom part of it. And this particular restaurant, Brimstone, has good key lime pie. Also, what's got good key lime pie is Joe Stonecraft. Let me put this down. Because I got a really big show today. I'm happy you guys joined me. It was a crazy weekend. I got down this with something, even though these two don't mix together. If you're in the chat, you just got in here. Welcome to the show. I'm eating. Y'all interrupted my meal. I had a meeting, a lunch meeting. Then I had 2 Zooms, Google Zoom or whatever you want to call them. Then I had some lady saw me at the place. She had, I'm not even going to do that to her. But put it this way. Start asking me about campaign stuff, and then before you know it, she started asking me about other things. And I said, I'm celibate. And I'm running for Congress. I have no desire right now. I'm minding my business. I don't want no pressure. I don't want no pressure. I don't want no problem. Can't do it. I'm very disciplined. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Let me wash the stuff down. Okay. Here we go. Now, are you guys ready? Should I put my bifocals on so I can see you all? I didn't get a chance to get myself together. Let me brush my hair, even though I got a hat on. Because this is gonna be a good show. Y'all don't even see that hair. Look at that hair. Woo, woo. Hey, Glow, I have a new barber. Long story, what happened to my other barber. I'm interviewing new barbers. This one I got right now, he seems to be okay. Put my glasses on. I get to see y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. I'm telling you right now. Woo. There I go. Yeah. Oh. Hold on. Yeah. Totally different way to start the show. Got to clean the glasses. Clean the glasses because this is going to be good. I don't know what Streeter and y'all want me to get Trick Daddy on here? Would you like me to get Trick Daddy on here? I think I should call him out. That would put flame on the fire if I call Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy, come on the show. I need you on here to explain what happened. Johnny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is yours truly, Uncle Luke. Welcome to another edition of yours truly, The Luke Show. We are here and we're brought to you by no other than Luke Gear. Uncle Luke Gear. You can go to www.lukerecord.com, get all your good Luke gear. You can go get your music. You can get all that beautiful stuff like that. And like I say, that's who we are brought to you by. Luke Records, www.lukerecords.com. And make sure y'all go over to my other website, which is my campaign website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. You can get this hat. You can get all your the merchandise page went up today, and so everybody is able to go and purchase their merchandise. You can also go look at the platform. You can also become a volunteer. You can also go in there and make a campaign donation of $5. That's all we ask you to donate to the campaign, because just like Chili told y'all, it's very important to do what? Donate to campaigns. But it's very important to donate to the right campaign so that person could go in there and do the necessary things that need to be done for the country, for the district, and everything else. But without further ado, I want to welcome you all to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke Show. We're here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and we try to get it in from the muscle. This is what we do. We come here, we enjoy ourselves, we talk smack, we talk trash, we keep it 100. And if you're new to the show, I want to welcome y'all. Welcome to everybody on Facebook Live. Welcome to everybody on YouTube, my YouTube page, my Facebook page, Uncle Luke, YouTube, same thing, Uncle Luke TV, and also my Twitch and my Instagram and X, Uncle Luke Real One. I just want to thank you guys for showing up today. Hopefully y'all had a great Easter, but it's time to get into it, baby. I love the fact that y'all are here. I love the fact that y'all are here. But let me just say this, people. And every time I get on, people start calling me on the phone like I'm supposed to say, like, stop and talk to them. But let me just say this, people. We have a really big show today. It's big. It's bigger than ever. It's big. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of issues and a lot of subjects. I mean, big news of the day, Angel Reese got traded from Chicago to Atlanta, which is a beautiful thing. I'm a big Angel Reese fan. Outside the Angel Reese. Let's go. Be great. Now I can go to Atlanta and see the games. I don't have to go to Chicago all the way and see my girl, Angel Reese. I'm a big Angel Reese fan. I'm an Angel Reese. If she has a fan club, I would like to join. Y'all let her know. Luke wants to join your fan club. I have no desire to want to date her because she's a baby. So let's keep that. Let's just keep that 100. I'm just a fan of her work. I like how she works. I like how she talk trash on the court. I like how she plays physical. I love Angel Reese game. That is what I like about Miss Reese. So, you know, again, she's just got traded over to Atlanta, and if y'all want to talk about that, we'll talk about that today. And also, we got to talk about Gino and Don's Daily. We got to talk about that. Even though Don's played the national championship game, we're going to have a conversation about that. We're also going to have a conversation about Donald Trump and what I've been saying for the longest on this podcast. I've been saying it for almost 6 months, what Nick Saban's intentions is. And his intentions is to do what? Get NIL and everything that's going on with NIL overturned. And then we're going to have a conversation about, I saw a video of Kalani on stage. I want to show y'all the video, and I want you all to tell me what y'all think about the video. I thought it was very, very interesting. You know, and hopefully we'll get my good friend Streeter, and hopefully we'll get my good friend Streeter and D Love Sports. I asked them to come on at the last minute. Never know where they're at. Those people are all over the world doing sports and covering sports. And so hopefully we can get them on here at some point in the show. But let me just say this. Let me start off right here. I had the pleasure of going to the AKA event, performing.
So I performed at AKA event on Saturday. And obviously on Friday, Trick Daddy performed. So it was Southeast region of the AKAs, and they wanted to feature Florida music. So they booked a bunch of Florida artists. The night that I performed, it was me, JT Money, and it was Slick Vic from Jam Pony DJs, which was we had a great time. So obviously when I come show up, and I came into the venue to get ready to do sound check, and I normally don't do sound check, but I did it that day because I know there were going to be conversations that need to be had that my road manager could not have with the people involved because of what had happened the previous night. Now Trick Dad that's like my son. That's like a nephew of mine. I love him to death. That's my boy. He lives right around the corner from me. We live around the corner from each other. That never would to say anything bad about Trick Daddy. I know his heart. And I'm not making any excuses. I don't know what the situation was, but I know his heart. He loves people. Trick talks a lot of shit. No doubt about it. But I know his heart with these kids. I know how he cares about women. I know how he cares about people in general. He does a show, and what he does on his shows, it's very important that people research the show before, it's like all artists. I mean, if you want Garth Brooks, then, don't book Garth Brooks for a hip hop show. It's, can we make adjustments? Yes, we can. But again, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into that part of it. I just hope Trick and the organizers of the AKA event can come together, have a conversation on a public forum. Matter of fact, you guys are welcome to come on here and we have a conversation and hopefully make men, just make it right. Because a prestigious organization like the AKAs and a young man like him who employs so many people, it's no, I'm all about peace. It ain't no time for the BS, for going back and forth, this and that and all that there. I just think there needs to be a conversation that needs to be had with my man Trick Daddy Dollars and the good ladies at AKA. And like I say, this platform is theirs. I can mediate it and everything, but for the most part about it, I mean, my show was the next night. So, as you know, I went in, did my show. I performed. Had a real good time. Matter of fact, here's a little clip of my show. Well, no, that's not my show. What the hell? Where's the clip of my show? I thought I had a clip. I'm showing Dawn's Daily. See, that's what happens, Glow, when you start eating before the show. You go in the, you do the wrong thing, and then you got 12 people calling you up at the same time every time you pop live on a live. But let me just say this. I did my show. The people enjoyed it. You go to any of my social media pages, you'll see clips of it. The women were having a good time. I started off the show and I said, hey, look, man, I don't know what the hell y'all was doing the night before, but I'm not here for that. Like it was a real good joke. Everybody laughed it off. But I thought at that moment it was very important to be the commander of healing. I need to heal, right? Because it was so much was said by both sides of the issue, but I came into a room, which I've never been in a ballroom that big with that many people. They told me it was 4,600 women in the ballroom. I probably saw one man. And my job was to do what? Go up in that room, in that ballroom, and bring some comfort. They don't know what the hell I'm getting ready to do. Am I getting ready to do a similar show? Am I getting ready to get kicked off the stage? Under no circumstances, not. But the thing is, I thought at that time, it was my job to do what? go in there and have a conversation with these ladies and just bring some commons, bring it back down a notch, because I love them. I love AKs. I mean, my ex was an AK, her mother AK, and sister-in-law AK, the whole family AKs, and I shared that with those ladies, and it was my job to do what? It was my job to say, look, man, just tell the truth. I mean, this is arguably the most prestigious, the most prestigious African American women organization in the world. I know, Deltas and everybody else got something to say about it, but again, I mean, all the Divine Nine is very important. And what people don't know, when it comes to AKs and any one of those organizations, any one of those Divine Nine groups, sororities, fraternities, I mean, they do so much work. They do so much work outside of, okay, yeah, they go pledge, they do what they go to college, but these are women who go into the community on a daily basis and work for the community. It ain't, you wonder, like, I know this firsthand because, again, when you're married to one and you're married to a family, the work, the outside work that they put in, which people don't see. They don't even publicize the stuff they do. They don't even publicize the community outreach that these ladies do on a daily basis. And they got chapters everywhere. You would think it's just one Miami chapter or one Broward chapter. No. They have chapters within the city, 2 and 3 and 4 of them, and they're doing a community outreach. And I had to, it was my thing of, bringing it all back down. And I said my speech, it went over well, and I meant it. I had nothing wrote down. It was basically down the lines that, hey, look, man, you ladies are the best of the best. And I really appreciate what you do in the community, what you do, how the standards that you keep for African American women, no matter where they are in the world, these ladies, whether AKs and Deltas and all that, I think it was just important for me to let them know how much, us men and us artists really care about them, and like I say, I hope at some point everybody get together and have a nice little conversation and hopefully work it out amongst each other where they can move on from that, because it's not good. But again, I love the AKs, to my girls. The show, I'm trying to show it to y'all. For some reason, I can't pull it up, but I'll pull it up later. But we had a good time. I'm gonna tell you, we had a great. The show was great. We had a great time. The ladies, we had the ladies, because one of my songs is Scarred. The girls dance to it, and boy, I always wanted to see them do the dance to the song, so I got to see all that. Man, I'm telling you, I told the young lady, the organizer, because these women were hurt. I mean, let's keep it a buck. They're not promoters. They just putting on a gala, inviting entertainment like they normally do. And so, it was very, very important for me to be able to let them know, look, man, this is how we're going to do it. Because my job was really to perform. I was supposed to perform and not host. It was a schedule. Okay, it was me go on last. Obviously, it was going to be JT Money first, Slick Vic, and then me. I said, no, let's do this. Let me host the thing. They were like, can you host it? They asked me to host. I'm like, yeah. So what I'll do, let's rearrange it. We'll just put Vic on, DJ, and then JT come on afterward. And we all had a conversation. Say, man, we got to do this thing for these ladies right now. Because, these are women. These are women. They're hurting, and there's all this stuff going on the internet the day of. We got to bring some healing in here. And so the guys, agreed, and we got out there and we did our show. And so I went out there, talked a little trash, brought on Vic. Vic turned it out. Slick Vic from Jam Pony. Then JT Money came on afterwards. JT Money did his thing, and then I closed it out, and it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful moment. So we cleaned up everything. And I always say, man, in life, we can take some bad situation and we can make it out of a good situation. And that is that's the important part of it all. It ain't always got to be bad. It ain't always got to be bad. You got to bring some goodness in it. And I hope the goodness that we brought in it was the fact that these ladies got to have a good time on that night. And here's a little clip of my show. Y'all don't get it. I'm not gonna bore y'all with no more of that, but then we had a good time. Y'all get it. We had an absolutely great time. Thank you, Walker. So that's what we did. AKAs had a good time. We were in Orlando. I got to go back to Orlando on the 18th. I have dates that's on my calendar before I decided to run for Congress that I have to perform at these places. And it's funny, right? Because everybody's like, yo, if you got Trick Daddy, you got Uncle Luke, and Uncle Luke gonna get wild. But let me tell you, the difference between me and anybody, I performed at bar mitzvahs. That's how crazy it is. I perform, I always was a DJ. Not too many people were DJs. So, and as a DJ, you got to be able to read the room. You can go perform here, there, or anywhere. I can go perform at a wedding reception. I can perform at a birthday party. I can go to a kid's place because, one thing about it, we have two different versions of the song. The radio version, like we all go perform on MTV. I mean, we'll go perform for the Grammys. And obviously, it's on CBS. You got to do the clean version. So that's how we navigate through those different situations. Like I'm out there, they thinking I'm saying head, and mohead, and I'm hey, and mohead. That's the clean version. You know what I'm saying? So there are ways you can perform in certain situations, but then some artists, they don't care. They'll tell you, no, I'm not going. If I can't do the show the way I want to do it, then don't book me. And some people, you got to listen to that. If they tell you, look, man, I'm singing all cuss words, I'm gonna smoke me a joint on stage, then you need to know that that's what they do, and don't get yourself in a situation where you're gonna be able to tell the artist what to do. And so that's how it works. Me, I can go at a baby shower and perform. You know what I'm saying? And make everybody happy and lather the place up. And when I leave, it's gonna be nice and hot. So that is for different people, different strokes for different folks. And people are able to do those things. But speaking of performing, right? I'm gonna let y'all look at this right here. And y'all tell me whether this is acceptable in a performance. I need y'all to tell me, hey, what's up, Gallon? How you doing? I want y'all to tell me, in this performance here, Ms. Kaylani, is this acceptable on stage or not. Now, I'm no censor. I enjoy everybody doing what they want to do on stage and how they want to do it. But I just want to, I just think it's funny, right? Back in my old days when I used to perform and have all kind of wild stuff go on stage, they threw me in jail. They put me off the stage. They ran me out the building. They barred me. All the women groups came after me, called me everything but the child of God. And I always said, look, everybody can exercise their free speech. And these ladies, Miss Kalani, who video I'm finna show y'all, can exercise her free speech. But I want to know from you all what you think and the chat. I need to know what y'all think about this particular performance. Y'all in the chat, you saw what went on stage. Listen, I'm okay with whatever one want to do on stage. Phyllis, I don't understand no for. Philip, I'm sorry, Philip. Hey, I'm just saying, did you consider that as a sexual act? Was it foreplay? It's two women doing what two women do. And I've lost words. I can't get too deep into it, but I want to know from y'all in the chat. You say it's a little too much. Just imagine that would be, you go to the show. This is and you take your daughter there to see. Now I'm telling my age. You take your daughter there to see. So come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Meet me at the door. And then your daughter see this. That is Kelani. That's who that is. That's in the concert. I have said it's unacceptable. Glow say it's a show. I know y'all were going to have a different opinion. Kiki said, hell no. Hold on. Hey, y'all up in there. You got your daughter up at the show. And you want to hear, so come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Meet me at the door. I'm just saying, I'm leaving that alone. That's exactly. Now, do they have some sort of, you got to be responsible because, like me, when I used to perform, I would have, disclaimers. Hey, look, if I'm doing a show, if I'm doing a concert, at the nightclub, then yeah, anything goes. That's grown people 21 and older. If I'm doing a concert at, like I say, since we're talking about shows, there's a time and a place for everything. Do you think that show would have went over? How that show would have went over at AKAs? That would not have went over well. I don't think. A lot of ladies dressed up. I don't think that would have went over. That would have been, oh man. Since we're talking about performers and the performances that they have, there's a time and place for everything. That's an over 25 concert. Yes, it has to be. It has to be. And you have to tell people that. You have to have that disclaimer because I'm pretty sure there's a lot. You got to have that. Like me, I was responsible. I created the parental advisory sticker. They said, Luke, you got these explicit lyrics on these records and they're getting in the hands of the kids. What can you do? I got a call from the PTA out of Alabama. And I say, okay, let me figure out something. And I figured out the parental advisory sticker. I took what they do in the movie theaters and said, this the dirty version, this clean version. If you got the sticker on it as the dirty version, kids cannot buy. And I told all the record stores, don't sell that one to kids. I took responsibility. If I go do a concert, I asked the promoter straight up, hey, look, man, what's the age? What you got going on? Is it everybody? Is for everybody? No. Is it, grandma out there, is this one and that one? I do that. That's being responsible. Us as artists, we have to be responsible. Some of us, if we say, hey, look, man, I ain't changing my shit for nothing and all that, but then you still have to be responsible and say, this is what you get. I'm going to have another woman on stage and I'm going to be grinding her. So 2 women grinding each other. So now you need to let the audience know that in order. So some man might want to take his daughter or some mother want to take her daughter to the show and she ain't trying to, you know what I mean? She ain't trying to see that. So I understand what Glow is saying. It's a performance. I understand what Glow's saying. It's a show. It's a show. They're going to go right there. Y'all get it. If y'all disagree with Glow, y'all let her know. She's saying it's a show. And that's her show. She can perform how she want to perform. David say that show is for over 25. Yes, it is. Well, I would say 21. And then again, I think it's very important to say just the type of crowd that I'm trying to bring in. But then when you get into that part, I mean, because everybody don't know the artist. Everybody don't know that, she may allegedly prefer girls than guys. So if that's what's going on and that's what's going on stage, then, because again, when you look at these people and, and you look at them and they make these songs that everybody love and it's on the radio and it's so cute and come pick up your clothes. I have them folded and everybody wants to go hear that song. They ain't know nothing about the rest of it. But then now when they get there, and that's the thing, a lot of people want to jump on Trick Daddy and say and have an opinion of that. But then here you have a lady doing something similar at the concert. I'm just saying, I'm okay with people doing whatever they're going to do on stage. I'm not criticizing her. all. So don't get it twisted. I love Kehlani. I love the songs. I love what she do. She has the right to do what the hell she want to do on stage. But at the same time, and I know nothing good comes out the butt, I just hope that there was some kind of disclaimer put on it. But then now you can't you drag one and don't drag the other one. You got two situations. But unfortunately, you know, I'm just saying, these are the things that happen in shows. You have male artists that do things. I did some of the wildest shit you could ever imagine on stage, but it was in those kind of clubs. I would sit back and be like this here, and the thing go from 0 to 100 real fast. Turn straight freaknik every concert. Yeah. In an adult setting. Same thing. The next night, they booked me for a wedding reception. And I ain't know none of that ain't going on. That when you looked at me on stage the other night, you looked at me on stage at the AKA event, and you saw me out here doing my thing. What did you see? Okay, you see the crowd jumping. You see the crowd jumping. You saw no Luke dancers. You saw no Luke dancers. Not the type of place for that. It wasn't finna be no big booty girls out there. No. Because I understood where I was going. Now that's me. I'll change my show. I'll change my show based on the situation. Look, you got me going to the AKAs. Okay, well, shit, I ain't gonna bring no big booty girls out there with no, which I can't do anyway right now because I'm running for Congress. So my girls don't dress wild anyway. They dress professional, but I didn't even want to chance it. They would have loved my girl dancers. I didn't want to bother with it. But you can rock the party the same way. But my point is, there's a time, because it's the music that they want to hear. It's a time and place for everything. Tell me, when you look at this clip, you saw women having a good time. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm a performer. I'm no disrespect to no other performer. No girls. You ain't see not one dancer. Now, if I go anywhere else, Luke, where the girls at? I knew it was going to be 100% women. And some, I knew it was going to be some older women. And look, I can't be responsible for what one of the dancers may do or something that may happen or somebody be a little shot on. No. Y'all stay home. I got it. The girl's like, well, we can't go and perform. Y'all stay home. I got it. It's no disrespect to y'all. Y'all don't get out like that. But at the end of the day, there's time and place for everything. Goes right back to this. You think this could happen at the AKA event? 2 women on stage? You think this could happen? Look at this. The lyrics are matching the action. That could not happen. You can't do that. And listen, man, I've seen Kehlani perform at places. if she'll put her stuff on. I'm pretty sure that was an environment where she was going there to give them the Kalani show. You know, she got a little outfit on and all that, and she was, you know, I'm pretty sure that was the type of environment, because I've seen her dress up like a whole nightgown. The girl is hot. The girl is a professional and all that. We're just having a conversation about difference in shows. When an artist have a show, it can go really super adult, over 25. It can go really clean. So I gave you the Luke clean version, no dancers, nobody danced, nobody dressed up like Kalani. And I gave you her where they were doing some things that all us men hear about. That's what two women do. I'm just saying. That was a concert in Arizona. At the concert hall. Yeah. You could do that. And again, I know she would not do that at the little kids, the Viewers' Choice Award. She'll sing that song, have a nice outfit, you know, and that's the thing. So people, I need y'all to understand. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. There are different artists are artists. Some artists are going to do what they're going to do. It's very important that promoters, it's very important that people have a conversation with people about what are you getting ready to do on stage? You know what I'm saying? What kind of show this is? And you tell the manager that, and the road manager then tell the artist, hey, look, man, they want super clean, man. They want all radio songs, all this. And the artist 9 times out of 10 go out there and do that. If there's miscommunication, translation as to what you should be doing, then that's where the problem comes in at. There are some artists that say, I'm not doing anything clean. I'm going to sing my music. I'm going to drink my liquor on stage. I'm going to smoke me a joint, and that's what I'm going to do. There are artists that does that. But that's where you got to have a conversation about these things. That concert in Arizona, hey, if that's an arena, yes, that's acceptable in an arena these days, but it wasn't acceptable when I was in arenas. I actually got barred out of every arena in America because I would have a show similar to that where everybody with their clothes on and the girls dance, and they didn't want to see no girls dance. Hell, I went through Augusta, Georgia, and I got my bus got stopped because the girls had bikinis on the wrapped around the bus, and the police officer says, if I see one pubic hair, I'm taking everybody in the bus to jail. And those are the things that's happening. What you got to say now, Coach? But y'all had it in the chat. I'm glad y'all in the chat, because I wanted to show y'all the two different versions of it. This show right here. But the moral of the story is there's a time and place for everything. Time and place for everything. That's the moral of the story. That is the moral of the story. So speaking of, there's a time and place for everything. Y'all know Gino and Dawn. Dawn is my girl. I love her to death. South Carolina coach. I really think that the distraction of what Gino did distracted Dawn and her team. Even though Dawn got on the podium and say, I'm not going to let this distract me because we're so focused on UCLA. I'm not going to let this distract me. And Dawn would never use it as an excuse. But I'm telling you, people are human. Those girls are human. You got to turn around in 48 hours to get ready for another game. All you hear about is your coach getting ready to have a fight with Gino at the end of the game. The phone is ringing. The kids are calling. The parents are calling. Everybody, the friends are calling. Coach Dawn, I don't care if she's not, she would never use that as an excuse. I'm saying it's a distraction. It was a distraction. I'm saying it was a distraction, and Gino did it on purpose. That's what it's a bigger issue. Nobody's talked about this. Don goes, and I think Don would have broke his record, or at least tied his championship record if she won the other night. Gino knew what he was doing. He knew he needed to distract her because he has so much venom for her, in my opinion, that he did not want her to win another championship. And so what did he do? What did this man do? This man took control of it after getting his salty ass whooped and did what? In the middle of the game. This is him.
Wild turn of events. Sarah Strong's jersey is split right down the middle. I saw you speaking to the refs about it. What message did you try to convey?
Right. There were 6 fouls called that quarter, all of them against us. And they've been beating the shit out of our guys down there the entire game. And I'm not making excuses because we haven't been able to make a shot. But this is ridiculous. Their coach rants and raves on the sideline and calls the referee some names you don't want to hear. And now we get 6-0, and I got a kid with a ripped jersey, and they go, I didn't see it. Come on, man. This is for the national championship.
Let me put this in perspective. Number one, Holly put a battery. He was going to do what he was going to do anyway. Holly was dead wrong. Because all the replays show they did not rip her jersey. The girl ripped her own jersey. So the interviewer put a battery in his butt to add gas to the fire because that is what she wanted. She wanted him to react. She'd been doing it long enough. So Holly is not exempt from this at all. Holly is the perpetrator of this whole entire rant in the middle of the game. If I tell you in the middle of the game, hey man, they just did this to your player. So what do you think about everything else? That's a battery. She put a battery. Holly is not exempt from this. And most of these people on ESPN is not going to say nothing about her because they think God gives the women's basketball. She's dead ass wrong. And she owes Coach Dawn's an apology. Because she dead ass wrong for gassing that man up. She's sitting there watching the game just like every other commentator. And every other commentator, even when the girls came on there at the half, they say, no, no, no. They did not rip her jersey off. She ripped her own jersey off. She has the ability to talk to producers that's in her ear and say, man, what happened to the jersey? And then before she goes on there asking this man about a ripped jersey, so Holly gonna say, well, I saw a ripped jersey. No, you're not the coach. You have the ability to ask the control room with 150 people working in saying, hey man, the girl jersey ripped. Do you have that clip? Or what happened then? No, Holly, she ripped her own jersey. Listen to the battery. We're gonna break this shit down to the lowest term. Listen to the battery.
Wild turn of events. Sarah Strong's jersey is split right down the middle. I saw you speaking to the refs about it. What message did you?
There we go. Sarah Strong's jersey is ripped down the middle. I saw you speaking to the referees about Holly did that. Holly dead ass wrong. She put a battery in this man here. Now, he already got venom and hate for her. And you hear it in this part right here.
Right. There were 6 fouls called that quarter, all of them against us. And they've been beating the shit out of our guys down there the entire game. And I'm not making excuses because we haven't been able to make a shot. But this is ridiculous. Their coach rants and raves on the sideline and calls the referee some names you don't want.
That's when it got personal. Their coach rants and raves on the sideline and called the ref all kind of things, stuff you don't even want to hear that ain't even made for TV. That's what she does. She berates it. That's personal. That's personal. That's unbecoming of a national championship coach. That is a coach that's very, very upset that this lady is beating them. This is right before the half. This right before he know he's gonna get his ass whooped. This is right before the half. And this is what I'm saying, people. We live in the world. And Coach Don's Daly take more heat than a little bit because she carries herself like a real black woman. They can't take that. If she'd have did anything remotely similar to what Gino did, they would be firing her at South Carolina. She would be going to HBCU right now. They would have fired her if she did anything remotely like what he just did. Those commentators would have dragged her up and down the court. Not necessarily the girls, these sisters that was at halftime, which I thought did an excellent job of breaking that shit down and calling it for what it really was. They broke it down so eloquently. They pointed out, no, this didn't happen, no, this didn't happen, and they called a spade a spade. But at the end of the day, man, that's hard. It's so hard for Coach Don Staley and all them black coaches. You getting black women coaches fired because they skirt too tight. But yet still, the clown show at LSU, I don't know why them girls be playing for her, but that nobody says nothing. And this man goes and do this and berates and say, listen to this. He went with the intentions of distracting her and her team that had 48-hour turnaround to get ready for a game. He does this. That's the moment. That's the moment after Gino comes up into her face. And the Philly came out of her. The Philly came out would beat his ass. He got me messed up. It was everything about this was a lie. Everything about what Gino did was a lie. That man literally needs to be taken off from coaching college football at least a year because he lied about what happened in the game, lied about the jersey. All of a sudden, you got 19,000 people screaming and hollering. You can hear what the other coach is saying to the referees down there. Really? Really? Let's make this. You can't even. 19,000 people screaming in an arena for their team to go to the national championship game. You can't hear the person next to you. 9 times out of 10, you come out of the game because you got to scream at the person next to you. All of a sudden, Gino can hear what Don Staley is saying to the coaches way on the other end. And when did coaches talk to referees like choir boys and choir girls? I'm a coach. Me and every other coach go off on the referees, and the referees be clapping back. That's a part of coaching. There's a time and place for everything. Now, you may have Leonard Hamilton who walks down the sideline like this, and he won't say nothing, but you have different degrees. You have Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight actually take the chairs off the sideline, throw them on the court. During the era when Gino was coaching. The famous Lady Val coach in Tennessee, she ran down referees like one no tomorrow. Back then, she didn't play. She ran down the coaches. She ran down her coaches. She ran down her players. Have you ever heard the stories of her? The greatest college women basketball coach of all times. You think Nick Saban ain't berated a coach on the sideline? Have you ever looked at a game and did not see Nick Saban berate a referee on the sideline? Referee. Let's keep it a buck. Most coaches jump in the shit of the referee. So, he calls the referees all kind of names and all this and all that. If she crossed the line, they give her a technical. But his whole intent, people, was to distract those girls, distract the staff, They sitting up there ready to celebrate. They getting ready to go to the national championship. She got to be running down the sideline talking about, I will whoop his ass. He tried me with that. He did exactly what he wanted to do, and what he did was ran to the locker room like a little, you know what I want to say. That's what Gino did. Gino did what he intended to do, is distract South Carolina from UCLA. Now, this ain't taking nothing away from UCLA. That's a great team. That's a great group of girls. Great team. I mean, their head coach been balling out. Them girls been having fun all year. No disrespect to them. But the mere fact of Gino pulling this junkie stunt that he pulled was absolutely wrong. That man needs to be really suspended for an entire year. I know they ain't going to do it. I know they're not going to do it. UConn and the NCAA need to jointly have a conversation and say, is this how we want our student athletes to be portrayed? Is this what we want? And see what happens here, people, and I'm getting ready to segue into this whole NIL thing. I'm getting ready to segue into that. See, the students in college sports are student athletes, but the coaches in college sports are what they're supposed to be. What are they? Are they educators? The last time I checked, they're educators. Professional sports is the NBA, NCAA, Major League Baseball, NHL hockey. Those are the professional sports. If the college coaches are getting paid by the same person who the professor is getting paid by. In order to be a college coach, you have to have at least a bachelor's degree, because technically you're coaching a class. And this is where I'm going with this. So Donald Trump and his little crew want to regulate the athletes. They're making too much money. We wanted to go back to how it used to be. But hold on. Hold on. The coaches ain't professional. The coaches are technically considered as teachers, as professors. They check come from the same person the professor check comes from. Listen to this.
Nassau Financial Solutions, Bahamas.
No. I don't want that. Not that clip. Not that clip. What happened to the college clip? I'm lost today. So my point is this. This big thing that I've been talking about for the last 8 months or more. And I told everybody it was coming down. I told everybody Nick Saban is going to Washington on a consistent basis, talking to Ted Cruz, talking to anybody that'll listen to him, because he wants to regulate college football. The reason why he got out of college football is because he could not stand the fact that the kids were making just as much money as he was making. He could not stand the fact that these players and these other universities are now able to pay these players, because now the playing field is going to level out. It's going to level out. Because now Miami could do what Alabama been doing, and what LSU been doing, what Georgia been doing, what all is big bank take little bank. So he said, I don't want to be in football anymore, because I already see how this going to go. He's a head coach. He can forecast it. He can look at it. Oh, I see how this is going to end up. People who got money now, the playing field is going to be level. I don't have no control no more. Because let me say this here. A lot of them big-time college coaches, like the Nick Sabans of the world, allegedly can get on the phone and they can call the NCAA. They could get on the phone and call the NCAA, and they were the one ratting on the other schools for doing what they were doing, for doing what they allegedly were doing. You think for 1 minute the bag ain't real? The bag has been going on for a very long time. I'm here to tell you. The Pony Express did it. What did they do? Them good old boys from the SEC say, hell no. And all that Texas conference and all that, they ratted on them people because now they were doing the same thing everybody else was doing. You think it's sexy to go to Georgia? The Athens? Only person was clean was Miami. And because Miami was so clean, they found some kind of way to put us on sanctions because we were winning so much because we had the talent in our backyard. Who the hell want to go to Alabama and play football and live there for 4 years? You think it wasn't no incentives being given to go to Alabama? You don't think it was no incentives to go to Athens, Georgia? You don't think it was no incentives to go to Knoxville, Tennessee? Hell, the whole team before Lane Kiffin got to Mississippi, they ratted on them. Remember when Kadiche went over there, when they got the #1 player in the nation? That automatically, Ole Miss automatically got investigated. How dare Ole Miss to be able to get a player of this caliber? He's supposed to go to Notre Dame. He's supposed to go to Alabama. He's supposed to go to Georgia. He's supposed to go to LSU. Oh, hell no. They investigated and put the whole entire staff on sanctions. They called it on them because that kid of that caliber was not supposed to be going there. They call it NCAA on Deion Sanders when he was at Jackson State. How the hell Travis, the #1 player in the nation, goes to Jackson State? Are you serious? That's what we're dealing with. So now the playing field has leveled up. You think Calipari, you really think Calipari is so much of a special coach that he's getting all those top-of-the-line players every year without no shenanigans? Now everything that they were doing before, there it is. Didn't they have a big old scandal with AAU? People went to jail. You think they just started doing this? Come on, let me take my hat off. So these good old boys who are upset that the playing field is level, they're up. Let me tell you exactly who they're upset with. Let me tell you, it's not working out the way they wanted to work out. You know who they're really upset with? The University of Miami, Florida. That's who they're upset with. They upset with Mario Cristobal. They're upset with Jose Mas. They're upset with everybody. Let's look at it. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Miami fan. I'm not saying this because I'm a Miami fan. Let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. Miami was winning back in the days. Who did they investigate? How could they win? Somebody got to be paying these players off. It wasn't no coaching and all that there. Mind you, we didn't have any blue chip players way back then. Howard Stellenberger, Jimmy Johnson. How could they do? The fuckers investigated me. Luther Campbell is the one paying them off. He's the one bringing all these players here. He's allegedly paying them off. They sent the NCAA to my house because Miami was not supposed to be beating Notre Dame ass. Miami was not supposed to be beating Nebraska ass. Miami was supposed to be the doormat that they were before yours truly was on the sideline. They was not supposed to be doing that. They had a problem with that. So they investigate the whole entire university. How can they go up in Texas and beat Texas? Really? Because they have a system, and that system is designed for certain teams to win. So then now fast forward to right now. They were moving, and you got to know the future. You got to know, and that's why I tell people. They always ask me, why are you running for Congress? Because what happens now, what bills are being passed and things that are being legislated, those are going to affect you in the next 10 years. Those things are good. So that's you think about now. No, whatever's happening right now, whatever political moves are being made right now, it's going to affect you in 10 years. So if your child is 12 years old, when they get 22, those are the things that they're going to have to live with that you did not address then. So what do we got? Where we at? Why I say it's a Miami thing. They were moving to a two-conference situation. They were moving to conference. Big Ten, SEC. They shut down the pack. They took all the best teams, so-called best teams at the time, and put them in those two conferences. They was getting ready to move to two conferences. I'll tell you that right now. It wasn't going to be ACC, and even ACC even knew it. They went and got Stanford? What? They went, ACC turned into Ivy League. That's how they was building it. They was going to build a league off Brainiacs because they had to throw in the towel. They went and got XMU with a stadium this big, and they went and got Stanford. You think somebody in Miami is going to get worked up to go watch a Stanford game? That generates a revenue? It's for Stanford. Cow. No disrespect to Mike Silver. That's the school. I love Mike Silver, but look at the teams that they brought in literally Brainiac schools. They were turning ACC into, look who they got. University of Miami, private, Brainiac school, Duke, Brainiac school, Stanford. They were going to be the Ivy League of leagues, bigger than Ivy League. And probably some of the other ones like Florida State was trying to get out, and maybe Louisville or one of them were trying to get out. They would probably add in Harvard and Yale. And that's what that league was going to be. That's what the ACC was going to be. So they already got the memo. This is a two-league deal right here. We're moving toward this right here. The NIL is going to allow us to pay these players. They didn't even expect the NIL situation until those guys went in and sued. They were still going to be taking them kids and taking their money. Nick Saban did not coach in the NIL era. So the era he coached in, none of them kids got paid a dime. The era Nick Saban coached in, he cut players. So players had a large part of those players did not even finish college. So for him to be sitting up there like he caping, oh, I do this for players, and I tell all my players, I teach this, no. In my opinion, you're a liar. Absolute liar. Donald Trump has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Absolutely no idea. So when people go to talk about Luke, Congress, perfect. Why are you running for Congress? Because of shit like this. Because in the next session, they're going to be they're going to be trying to pass a bill on NIL. You need to send me there. You need to send me there. And who's running for Congress? So in 2027, after 2026 is over, November election is over, yours truly get voted in. He's going to go do the things for his district, but the first thing I'm going to be up in there talking to Hakeem Jeffrey. Hey, Hakeem Jeffrey, do not have no committee without me on it. I will be drafting up a bill. I'll be the guy drafting up a bill and taking it around. Every congressman, hey, look here, man, I need you to sign on this right here. Sign on this. We need to bring this to the House and get a vote. Because ain't nobody representing the kids. How Donald Trump can have a whole committee with Ron DeSantis and all these people up there and all these coaches and all these black faces, but they're really white. Condoleezza Rice. All these people sitting up in it. Where's the representative of the players? They did not have one. And I told y'all this. I sat here on this podcast consistently. If you go back, look at the archives, I talked about this every time, told you this was coming down. Y'all sleeping at the wheel, the kids sleeping at the wheel, the parents are sleeping at the wheel, everybody sleeping at the wheel. Y'all don't wake up. Y'all don't wake up in America until some shit hit you in the face. Well, you need to be proactive. You need to be proactive. Because this is what's happening. These people ain't even thinking about you. Trump ain't thinking about you. Ron DeSantis ain't thinking about you. This man just created a bullshit executive order. The conference, the NCAA, but it's going to get batted down because there's going to be some kid that sues, and they're going to throw this shit in the garbage. But as it stands right now, what he wrote up was for the private institutions to continuously get richer. He actually wrote up a bill to hurt Alabama, to hurt Florida, to hurt all these public universities because he said, if y'all don't play ball the right way, I'm going to cut your federal funding. Who gets federal funding? The public schools are the ones who get the most federal funding. Meanwhile, he did cut the Department of Education. So how much money are they really getting? They ain't giving no money to the private schools. So you just made Miami stronger. So let me go back to the whole thing of me saying that it's really, they did not anticipate Miami. They didn't anticipate Mario to go over there and turn Miami around. They didn't anticipate Jose Mas and all the rest of the people, the community, to be putting money into Miami the way that they're putting Miami into the equation to be able to be the number one leader of getting NIL. You ever hear them talk about Ohio State? Let's go back. NIL started. John Ruiz. You get a check. You get a check. You get a check. Miami getting all these players. Get the jet running. We're going to bring the jet down there. They're already scared of Miami because Miami has the rich talent surrounding it. You can pick it. You can go to 7-Eleven and get a top-of-the-line receiver. You go to 7-Eleven, get you a D lineman or whatever it is. They know we got to pick of the litter because that's why all the colleges come down here to get players to make a difference on a team from South Florida. But the University of Miami, they did not expect Mario to come down here and get the support on this level that he has received to be able to do what? You get a check, you get a check, you get a check. I have the pick of the litter of the players, and now I get the pick of the litter of the top players in the nation because I got money like that. I got the money like that. So when y'all all thought Florida had all the money and Alabama had all the money, they got 100,000 people sitting in the stands, and LSU got all the money, and Texas got all the money, and Ohio State got all the money, they forgot about little Miami. They said we was getting ready to go to a 2-conference league. So when Miami and Mario them coming and doing all this, then they put, what is his name, under investigation. Remember that, again, another investigation. We went in getting the top recruits. No different than Ole Miss. No different than when we was winning way back then when they'd say, oh, Luke got to be paying people. He doing NIL back then. Something got to be wrong. How the hell are they beating all these teams? And how the hell are they winning all these national championships? It just don't supposed to happen at Miami. Because we know our blue bread schools are the ones who are supposed to be competing every year. Let's investigate theirs. They got to be doing something wrong. We start getting the top players. John Ruiz. They done roped him off. Federal investigation, all kind of investigation. They NCAA investigation. The man wasn't doing nothing wrong. The man is a lawyer. Big law firm. He looked at the paperwork. Okay, so we can pay these players. All right. What you need? You get a check. You get a check. You get a check. NIL this. NIL this. They did everything by the book. Nothing happened to John Ruiz. But because we were getting the top players and Miami was now back relevant, they all cried to the NCAA. You need to investigate him. You need to investigate them. That's what they did. And then what happened? I'm sitting up there one day. I said, hey, man, Mario, you need to meet Francis Suarez. And when he met Francis Suarez, I'm going to tell you what else happened. But all I know was money was coming from everywhere. The money started coming from everywhere. Luke, the guy who me and Mario love each other. Keep it a buck. Everybody, Luke and Mario, Luke don't like Miami. Mario is my brother. I love him and he loved me. That's why I say, Mario, go over there and talk to Francis. Francis is going to help you out. That was the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez. He met Francis. He got on the phone. He called me and said, oh, wow, this guy is major. I know. I'm not going to send you to talk to some Rudy Poo because this needs to be a community effort. Mario don't have any money problems. SEC did not expect this. The SEC did not expect this. The Big Ten did not expect this. ESPN did not freaking expect this because they were moving to a two-conference league. They did not want Florida State. They want nobody out of here. The ACC was moving into the private sector. They were going to be private, high class, Duke, Cal, Stanford, Miami. That's what that was going to be moved. Mario fucked up the whole program. Excuse my French. SEC ain't won a championship in 3 years. Hello? The team to beat, and they were okay with it, was Ohio State. Blue Bread. You had two teams in the national championship this year that they had a problem with. A major problem with these two teams. Oh, how did he get there? He got a bunch of old players. Is there an NCAA violation with all them old players he had? He brought his team from over there where he was at and brought them over there, and yeah, they're old. The rules allow that to happen. We got to change the rules. Nick going crazy. We got to know this NIL, this transfer portal, all this stuff going on. We got to change the rules. Well, it's too late. SEC, well, we're going to make our own league. Fuck this. That was the move all the time. It was Big Ten, SEC. It was going to be a two-conference league. Everybody else was going to be chopped liver. University of Miami threw a monkey wrench in the whole game. And they trust me. SEC does not want Miami. And Miami ain't going to no Big Ten to be playing in the snow in December and November. Them rednecks in the SEC don't want nothing to do with them liberals down in Miami. Miami can be red as all day, Republican voting, but no, they ain't, no. The community is not what you got in Knoxville. Ain't no KKK running around here, allegedly. And that's what you have. So Mario and Miami put a monkey wrench in their whole game. So they're running up to Donald Trump. And he's so stupid, he don't know no better, in my opinion. He don't know no better Ron DeSantis don't know no better. The fight is against Miami and Florida football. That's the problem. They have bigger plans. We wanted to go back to what it was before. Really? What it was before was certain schools were paying the players. Ask me how I know. I coached for 20 years. Certain schools were paying players to go to their school. That's how it was. And that's why certain coaches always won, because they had a bag to pay the best players. They've been doing it. Ain't just started yesterday. And other schools did not have a bag. And if another school was to get a top of the line player, then those schools who were paying those players and those players saying, we want more money because we're getting it from this other school, the school that they were supposed to go to called the NCAA on them. They investigated them and they got the school sanctioned and they got show cause. I can tell you, I know it. So now Nick and Dabo and all the rest of them and Calipari and all of them, because you're not in the championship, you want to change the rules. Donald Trump, they're using Donald Trump. He has no idea what he's doing. Ron DeSantis has no idea. Ron DeSantis, why would you be in a meeting like that? And you are the king of NIL. You're one of the first states to allow NIL, to pass NIL legislation. And then your dumb ass go up to Washington to cut the legs off the schools here? You don't even understand what the play is. The play is to go to a 2-conference deal. And they only want Ron dumbass DeSantis, in my opinion. They only want one of your schools, numbnut. Only one of your schools is going to be benefiting from this, which is the University of Florida. So what happens to everybody else? So now you cuckoos, they created a bill, an executive order. That's why I'm telling you, people, this is the right time for me to run for Congress. This is the right time. It is no more better than right time for me to run for Congress than law allow. I hate to segue into that, but you need me in Washington. When they bring this bill to the floor, when they debate this bill, when they parade Nick Saban up to Congress, to the committee, and him put on his case as to why he don't think these kids should be paid. You need me on that. You need me on that dais. You need me in that room. You need me to be able to have a conversation, because these kids are not being represented. Not one meeting they had a representative of these players. Not one. That's what you're dealing with. This big ass machine. And I know. Right now they're looking for candidates in my race to put money into the race. They're looking for candidates to come get in the race, because they can't afford to have a Luther Campbell congressman. And now when we start talking about NIL legislation, the former coach who's been coaching high school ball for damn near 20 years, who understands and knows NIL, who's been a part of negotiating the NFL contracts, be in the room. Be in the room. So when Nick bring his ass up to, just imagine that congressional hearing. Just imagine that congressional hearing. Hey, Mr. Campbell, Congressman Campbell, thank you. Nick, did you ever pay any players? I'll wait. Hey, what you got? Dabo Sweeney there? Did you ever play any players? Did you pay any? Hey, Calipari, did you ever pay any players? So everybody just came there. Did you ever report any other school who got a top player? I'll wait. Oh, hell yeah. You sitting up here saying, will Luke not ask those questions? Or we going to get to the nitty gritty of it all. We're going to get to the nitty gritty of it all because I know what it is. They don't want to see me in no congressional hearing on NIL. They don't want to parade no Ron DeSantis up there. They don't want to parade nobody from White House staff up in there to talk to me about NIL. No, I will be in there representing these kids because these kids deserve to get paid. So people, y'all don't think. So when I'm sitting on here, they're dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into people in my race. Tons of money. You better go find my website that's down to the bottom, LutherCampbellForCongress.com. Y'all better go, all y'all getting that NIL money, you better go put some money into this campaign for your representative because you're gonna get ate alive. You're going to get ate alive. You're gonna be back on the plantation. They're trying to put you back on the plantation. They're trying to put you back playing for these. Where's the coaches? So who doing all the paying? It's the coaches paying. Why all of a sudden? Hey, if one school don't pay, then the market is not ran up. Hello? But let's talk about the coaches. Where's the regulation of the coaches? Anybody had a meeting about that? About them getting $160 million, $10 million a year? That's the whole argument from the beginning. How the coaches gonna get all this money and the players can't get no money, and they got all these big ass TV contracts, all these marketing contracts. Let's keep it above. You got coaches actually leaving their team when they're in the fucking playoffs, excuse my French, to go to another school. So where's the education on that? Oh, it's supposed to be about education. It's not about education. It's about pay for play. It's about coaches reaping the benefits and using these kids as slave labor. That is what college sports is. They despise paying these athletes the money that they deserve. And I don't care whether they're black, white, green, or purple. They despise the fact of paying these kids what they rightfully so deserve. If you're getting a $1 billion contract from ESPN and you busting the money down amongst your conference, where the hell the money going to? Facilities? At a state college? No, you're already getting that money from taxpayers. So now where's the money really going? You got these big ass skyboxes. If an NFL team can pay an NFL top of the line quarterback some sorry ass Kirk Cousins, they can keep getting him $200 million a year. A $200 million contract. If they could give Kirk Cousins a $200 million contract and they're playing in the same type of stadium, matter of fact, these college stadiums are bigger than the damn NFL stadiums. Their payroll ain't the same. That's why majority of the kids on these state schools they get state tuition. That's why they don't like taking kids from another state because it's like half the cost. So let's go back to the coaches. The coaches get the same money as a professor. So we want to talk about the players being college students and Nick Saban, how I love my students and their student athletes, and I teach them how to be grown men. First of all, you're full of shit. Because if it was really about the kids and really about the kids developing from boys to men, then you would guarantee them 4-year scholarship. No student athlete has a guaranteed 4 years. It's a 1 year with 3 years options. They cut players every year. There's no such thing that, oh, you got a 4-year ride at Stanford. No, you don't. You got a 4-year ride at Alabama. No, you don't. If you don't perform to their expectation, your scholarship gets renewed every year, January. So they really, we talking about, and that's hey, Luther Campbell in Congress and the congressionals here. Hey, Nick Saban. Hey, Coach Saban, I got another question for you. Since you don't want to answer the one whether you ever paid a player, since you don't want to answer that one right there, is scholarships is the 4-year, y'all, you got this on the plan that you don't only want the kid to transfer one time. That's number one. You only want them to transfer one time, Nick Saban. So let me ask you this, Coach. And I need you to tell it to the American public and all these congressmen up here because they halfway don't know what the hell going on either. They think it's a 4-year ride. But is a scholarship guaranteed for 4 years, or is it 1 year with 3 options? That's number one question. And have you ever not renewed a scholarship based on performance? Then I'm gonna have a whole list of motherfuckers he cut right over there. And make sure you, I don't want to do this to you, Coach, but make sure you answer that real carefully because I got a whole list of names right here that I'll call off for you. And don't have me bring these people in here to testify before this Congress that you cut them because of the performance on the field and not because of the academics and not because they broke team rules. You cut them. So what are we talking about? You don't want them to transfer, but you can cut them. Let's keep it a buck. What are we talking about? Donald Trump and dumbass DeSantis, in my opinion. What are we talking about? And I'm blaming you too, Marco Rubio, because you should have got on the goddamn phone and called me up. But I know it's a runaway train. Everybody wants to sit up there in the middle of a war with Nick Saban making policy when we need to be worried about kids dying on NIL. Everybody worried about the athletes making money. So Nick can go back and coaching. We need to get it back to what it was before. So that is the question. So Nick, have you ever cut any players? That's me. In Congress. When they bring NIL legislation to the floor, this me. I'm asking the question, God damn it. I got 7 minutes. I got time. I reclaim my time. He don't want to answer the question. When you gonna start me out? See, that's what I'm saying, people. You have to understand the severity to all of this. All of this. You have to send certain type of representation to Washington to represent. This is serious. This is serious. Hey, look. They dumping tons of money into my opponent's campaigns. Oh, we got to beat this motherfucker, Luke. Because if Luke get up in there, he gonna be up in there representing the kids, and he's not going to let these kids get railroaded under no circumstances. He is not going to let these kids get railroaded. No, under no circumstances. So they dump the money in there. Okay, fine. Y'all better go find some money to dump in my damn campaign real fast. All y'all getting NIL, you want to continue getting it. If you think you're getting NIL, you better go, you, your mama, your daddy, and everybody else there better go find. Hey, look, we need this man to win. Lauderhill Lakes, Tamarack, Pompano, Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, River Beach, all them, that's football capital of the world. That's football capital of the world. Lamar Jacksons and all that shit come out of there. Javon Curse, all that. Ricky Jackson, all that. That football. It's Dave Broward in Palm Beach. So you're talking Palm Beach and Broward. And what we do in Broward and Palm Beach It's going to affect the entire United States of America. You send the right guy there. Don't send me there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Colombia for the rest of my life. And I'm going to say, I tried. I'm going to say, I tried. But everybody wants to sleep at the wheel. They want to take it for a joke. They want to think it's a game. They want to think it's a game. They want to think that these people playing checkers when they really playing chess. They want a two-conference situation. University of Miami put a monkey wrench in the whole plan. Mario Cristobal. They did not expect him to be winning like this. They did not expect this old man to bring this old-ass team. He ain't never going to make it to the championship no more. You can forget about him. There's levels to it. There's levels even in the SEC. You think they were happy that Lane Kiffin was taking his team to the playoff? Ole Miss? What did they do? Big bank take little bank. They took Lane ass and the same SEC and took him straight over to LSU. LSU, because they're like, no, y'all don't supposed to be going to the playoff at LSU. Don't. LSU is considered a blue blood. You think they want Miami to hold it? You think they really want the ACC to be relevant, to be sitting in a national championship game? Oh, no. No. If Dabo Swinney wouldn't have went cuckoo, in my opinion, and still would have been relevant, they were going to take Dabo Swinney and put his ass in the SEC because he fit right down with that program. He on that. He that type of coach in that type of neighborhood and all that. That'd fit perfect over there. Red country, that'd fit perfect in the SEC. Love it. They're not in no liberal town. Fit perfect. But what did happen is now the SEC chairman, oh, we gonna start our own league. F that. We ain't gonna play nobody. F that. Oh, we ain't gonna do this. F that. Hey, Big Ten. Now they can't do what they expected to do. They can't do what they were set out to do because their teams are irrelevant. The Georgia, irrelevant. Bama, super irrelevant. LSU, irrelevant. Their top team is Ole Miss. You just had the old man beat another blue bread. We just beat, no, not the old man, but we just beat Ohio State, who been allegedly paying a lot of people for a lot of different years. Who the hell want to go to Columbus? I love Columbus. Ooh, some beautiful people in Columbus. That's what you have, people. That is what you have. Unfortunately, you have a situation where it's not about football. It's about the economics. It's about the big picture. The big picture is two conference team. Everybody else, y'all chop liver. We don't even care about y'all. That's what it's all about. So I'm sitting here, let me tell you. I had to tour with myself. Lord, why you got me running for Congress? I'm retired from football. I could be chilling, minding my own business. I could be resting, relaxing. I go on the beach. I just sit there and watch my son play baseball and all that. Then why you got me going in this direction here, man? This is difficult. This is difficult. You sending me to Washington, I'm going to lose money. I can only make $160,000 a year. I got to pay for my house, apartment, all this, flying back and forth, all this here. I got bills. What the hell? But for the greater good. For the greater good. Just go up there, fight for every kid in the United States of America, including my district, to enlighten. Ain't no, not too many of them congressmen. They got to get briefed on what NIL is. They got to get briefed on the fact that the things that was going on before NIL. They have no idea what college football was before NIL. I'm the only one knows. I got to go there and I got to go to Congress. I have a city in Riviera Beach that got water problems, homeless problems. People trying to gentrify the neighborhood because they got so much rich land. I got two ports, a port in Palm Beach and a port in Lauderdale, in Broward. I create so many jobs. Why ain't nobody did that? Federal government jobs. Now that people have jobs, they can afford to live there. You got homeless issues in all these cities in my district. Why in the hell we got homeless issues when we talk about sending $200 billion to a damn war? We got homeless issues all over the damn district. So they asked me, why are you running? You got temporary status. You got migrant workers that are Haitians and black and all. You got Bahamians, you got Jamaicans, you got Haitians. Large part of my district is on temporary status. Trump named the Haitians. He want Haitians, Somalians, and Venezuelans. They ain't fucking with no Venezuelans. Because Carlos Jimenez is going to lose his race to a Venezuelan congressman in this election. Venezuelans is not going to be voting for Cubans in Miami. I'm just keeping it in the buck. Them people over in Doral, they ain't finna have that shit. They're sending, the Venezuelans are going to dump the Republican Cuban guys who did not stand up for Trump on their behalf. I'm just keeping it about, don't shoot the messenger. So Venezuelans in Doral is going to elect them a congressman or woman to sit in that seat to defend and to stand on that wall for their people. You need to be doing the same thing in Lauderdale, Broward, and Palm Beach. That's my district, Broward and Palm Beach. Most people think of running in Miami. No. I've been living in Broward County for 15 years. That's where I live in. Broward, Palm Beach. My kid plays travel baseball in Tamarack for the last 5 years. And before that, out in Coral Springs. This is a very serious election. You got people in the Democratic Party right now don't want me to be elected. They're looking for people to get in the race. In the Democratic Party, why is that? Why people like Jared Moskowitz and all of them allegedly want to get people in the race so that I don't be the congressman? You know why? Let me tell you why. There's such thing called a budget. And in that budget, if you're a black congressman who represents a black neighborhood, if he doesn't scream and holler for a certain amount of that money out of the budget to go to his district, if the Moskowitz and all these other world go get the money, put it in a black candidate, into a black race, then they essentially control the black politician. Therefore, the resources that's supposed to be going to the black community now will be going to their community, and they will dare them to push back. That is how your communities get gentrified. Because 99.1% of the time, the black candidate, because us black people, y'all, don't want to put money into these campaigns, and you allow special interest groups and other candidates who are in neighboring cities next to your city, they need to get that money out of the budget. Where does most of the money come from? How does money get in the budget? How does money get in the budget? You know how money get in the budget? It's because it's based on the needs. Who needs the most? The black community needs the most because the black community is the cash cow of any budget, whether it's in the state or local, city, school board, federal, anything like that, because the black community is the community that's underserved. That is why these other white candidates who are in the same party get involved in a black race, because they know if there's a real black congressman or Luther Campbell is representing these people, I'm asking for all the money and I'm going to ask for some of your money. You will not be taking the resources and the money from this district because you don't control me. You let them put the wrong person in there, they will control them. And that's how it works. And before you know it, it's gentrified. You think, come on, let's keep it a buck. Oh, what does he know about politics? I know politics. I'm born in this shit. I know more than they know. I'm born in, that's why when they came after me and I ended up going to the Supreme Court, it was like, oh, y'all picked the right one. I started the record company in Miami, Florida, when there was no such thing as hip hop in the South. I know what I was doing. That's what I do. And they come after me toots and nails because, again, no different than what University of Miami is doing to college football is what I'm doing to their system. They're used to their good old boy system. They're used to all the people in the Democratic Party putting money into a black race so then that they could take the resources from the black community, put it in their community. Then they could then get their little developers, and their developers come and they put the money on that candidate. And before you know it, you find yourself looking out the street. You got mad crime. You got displacement, you got homeless, you got the community looking so bad, but at the same time, you got somebody knocking on your door and he wants your property. And then you make the dumb decision to then now sell the property. And now you got to take on a mortgage somewhere else. You didn't get in the boat with the family, get y'all in U-Haul and go move to Atlanta because you're going to get more property, more bang for your buck, and you're going to get a better way of living where you can have it at home. We don't be needing to leave. We're leaving because of these special interests. Oh, yeah, we're going to do affordable housing. Affordable to who? Affordable to who? They done took the government housing project, which belongs to the government, not on my watch. You will not be taking the government housing project and giving it to a damn developer to then say affordable to whoever we want to put in there. And when a black person, a black family come up there with their application in, now they want to ask them to jump through all kind of hoops before they can get back into a community that they lived in all their life. Skip it a buck. That's knowing politics. That's knowing politics. In order to be a good politician, in order to be a good representative of the people, you need to know what has been done to the people. And there ain't no person in this race I know what's been done to the people. As soon as they get them black people out of Riviera Beach, that is when they're going to fix the water plant. Them people damn near got to boil water. Tamarack, 2 minutes away from having the same issue. One storm, their water plant is going down the garbage. Belgrade and Pahokee, did they set up? They went and built alligator Alcatraz. When they had a prison that they closed down, that the state closed down in Belgrade, why did they close it down? Because they wanted to crash the economy. It was that prison in Belgrade was filled up with people from Belgrade, Pahokee, who worked in the prison. Those were jobs. But you went and built a whole damn prison and alligator Alcatraz when you could have opened up that prison, gave them people back their jobs, stimulated the economy. You went into the fucking Everglades before you stimulated the economy of these black people, and you had nobody caping for them. So they said, wow, you want to run against the little Haitian lady. She ain't doing shit. You just killed the whole economy. Yes, the sugarcane plants are going to go automated. Everything automated. Shit, hell, the golf course is automated right now. They got little robots running around cutting the damn grass. So the sugarcane, they did what they had to do. No disrespect. Big Sugar did what the hell they had to do. It went automated, so that killed half the jobs. Now you got, yes, you still got agriculture out there. You got the prisons being closed down. Who runs the prison? Who runs the prison anywhere in the United States of America? Who runs the dock anywhere? Who runs transit anywhere in America? Who's the nurses anywhere in America? Us. Black people. You could have opened that damn prison back up. If you want to do your little alligator Alcatraz, you ain't had to go out there. You took millions and millions of dollars and built a whole damn facility out there when you had one right there, but it would have benefited those black people, and they did not want to do that. You think they could do that with me as a congressman? I'm pointing out, and they're going to hear me. When they go roll up in there, and I say this to my Haitian brothers and sisters, let me just say this. I'm the guy you want. I'm the guy you want for more reasons than one. My Haitian brothers and sisters, don't get caught up with, oh, we got to go and we got to support a Haitian person, man or woman. Don't get caught up like that. They got TPS is real. They're trying to put you out of this country. They've already put a former mayor out of this country. They're coming for you. And if anybody else in this race that can go have a conversation with Donald Trump and have a conversation with Marco Rubio, then show them to me. If you show them to me, I'll go sit my black ass down. You need me more than you ever needed me in life. I'm just keeping it a buck. And I ain't new to supporting Haitians. Ain't a Haitian person in this race that has did more for Haitian peoples than me. I coached at a high school, Haitian high school, for the last 7 years. I got nothing but Haitian kids, mothers who can't even speak English. I've got interpreters on my team to be able to talk to the coach, and mothers crying and thanking me, thanking God that I got their kid in a college. But mothers who came over don't even have no paperwork. I wanted to do a damn football game in Haiti. They say, Luke, you can't do a football game in Haiti. I went to the district. I said, why? They're going to keep all the kids. They ain't going to let all the kids come back. I'm like, what? These are good kids. These are good, hardworking kids coming from good, hardworking parents. I wanted to go do it. I literally was like setting up a game, the exhibition. It was going to be Edison and North Miami. We're going to go to Haiti, and we're going to do a big football game. It's going to be great, electrifying. Got Haitian kids from both Haitian schools are going to go over there. This is what I'm saying. This is my brains. Luke, we can't do that. A lot of the kids' paperwork ain't right. What the hell? That don't stop me. More reasons why I know, God, you sent me to this school. Ain't won a damn game in 2 years. You sent me here for a reason. And I'm going to give it to you this. I said, in 1990, I want y'all to go look this up. It's 1990, 91 or something like that. There was a big, similar to Mariel boat lift. It was Mariel boat lift. A bunch of Cubans came over to Miami. They was in the ocean. They got here. Between the Cubans and the Haitians, they then allowed them to come to Miami, and most of them, that's where you see the Scarface movie and all that. Most of them living at the stadium and all that. I'm for all people coming here. Then you had something similar where you had a bunch of Haitians on ships coming to America. And the ships broke down at sea. You had babies, families, mothers, daddies out there. Some people died. And then the United States Navy went out there and grabbed those people out the ocean. And they took them to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, right now where all the detainees at. They took them to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Now, mind you, the United States government say, hey, look, we got food, we can feed them and all that. But this military base is designed to watch Cuba if we get ready to get in a war. And this base is designed to watch the region. We're not a base where we is designed to house people. So they gave them a bunch of cots. So they asked the public to get whatever they can get to bring over the essentials, the clothes, shoes, baby items, and things like that, and things, the toiletry for the ladies and all that. Me, I'm minding my business, sitting down, looking at the news. I'm seeing this. I get on the phone, call my brother up. Hey, look, man. He has planes and access to planes, former Navy pilot and everything. I said, I need to charter a big-ass plane. I need to charter whatever I can get into Guantanamo Bay. He said, really? What you trying to do? I need to get the community. We're going to load this plane up with everything that these Haitian people need who are in Guantanamo Bay. You're going to get on the phone. We're going to call Ileana Ross Lathan, Jesse Jackson. We're going to call whoever the hell you got to call. We need to get clearance to land in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, because I am renting this plane to take all this food and these essentials and everything that these people need. And I did it. I actually took Yo MTV Rap over there with me, Fried by Freddy. I got our pictures in my garage right now of the Haitian mothers with the flags. I rented, this is me. I ain't call nobody to help, no nothing. We got a 727. We loaded that thing up. The community got involved. They put all the stuff. We loaded the plane up and we flew that plane up. By the way, that was the worst flight ever. Because if you know anything about flying in Guantanamo Bay, you cannot fly over Cuba airspace. So you got to do a big ass turn like this here, a deep turn. That's worse than the turn when you're going into Washington. You got to do a deep turn where the wing of the plane is damn near in the bushes. Yeah. So when people question, my respect and my work in the Haitian community, none of them compare. Not even the ones you elected before me. None of them, because I have unconditional love for my community. Well, you got to get the Jamaican vote. Well, hello, my daddy's Jamaican. Oh, you didn't know that? Mom Bahamian, you didn't know that? Rice and peas one day, peas and rice the next day. Harbor View, if you want to check. So, is there a better person for this district? More so, how does it affect America? We are going to make this district the best congressional district in the United States of America. Everybody, we're going to be the shining light. We're going to bring Black Wall Street back. Ain't going to be no gentrification, all that ain't on my watch. I'm not on that. So yes, there's going to be a lot of people upset because of what they expect to be done. There's going to be a lot of people upset of what business as usual. But they better pray to God that they don't get my, and I know they're coming. And y'all stay tuned. They're coming. They're coming. They just laying dead now. When this thing get really heated up, they're going to talk about me like Charlie God. They're going to make it seem like the things that I did back in the days I just did right now today. They're going to have the bots and all that shit going. They're going to be running like crazy around here. Hey, it's going to be real good. But I say this to say this, people. I'm ready for it. I always put my best foot forward of things that I feel is right. And this is right. This is right. I always put my energy into something. 99% of the time, I'm successful. This is a win-win situation. And I run by God. I really do. He sends me in these situations. If I am successful, when I'm successful, it's because God made it happen. If I do not win, it's because God made it happen. There's other things for me to do. But one thing the teachings say to you is if you feel the need to go insert yourself into helping people, if you're willing to take a L in your own pockets, in your own generational building of generational wealth, because you're going to work for the people to help these people or this community because you have the knowledge and the resources to do that and the brain power, then you go do that. You put your best feet forward. So it's a win-win situation for me. It really is. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for joining us today. It was a very interesting show. Every day I'm gonna end up with talking about the campaign. It's gonna be more talking about what we're doing. We're gonna be getting out in the community and everything. I'm gonna be doing some short videos. You can go to my social media pages, LukeForCongress.com. Go to my website. It's down on the bottom. Go to the website if you want to volunteer, you want to make donations, you want to look at the platform. Send us an email if you're living in the district and you like, hey, Luke, I want you to come by. We're having a club meeting and we want you to come by and talk to you about some of the issues that concern us in our district. Send me an email. I have no problem with doing that. I don't care anywhere in the district. Send me an email. I would love for you to do that because we're putting a schedule together. We're going to be doing town hall meetings. We're going to be doing several things within the district to be able to have conversation with everybody. But I love it, man. I'm excited. We're running. We're doing a good job. And let me tell you, this just in. And I'm going to tell y'all right here. I said on Glenn and Milberg show, my celebrity friends are going to come through. Rick Ross just hit me up, had a conversation with his sister. He's going to do a big fundraiser. We're going to do a astronomical, Rick likes to do things big. We're going to do a big fundraiser with Rick Ross. It's going to be private. We're going to give people the opportunity to be able to come. And we're going to do several other ones. We got Trick Daddy and Trina. They're going to do a fundraiser. We got tons. I got my man Stan. They're going to do a big fundraiser, Formula One weekend. So we're going to have some real top of the line things that are happening. These guys are supporting this race because when I talk to them, I'm like, they always say, Luke, man, how can I help you in some of the things that you do? Because you're consistently working for the community on a consistent basis. And they always want to know how they can help. And most of the time, man, we good. We got footballs. We got this. We good. And just tell me. And I told them, I said, this right here is not you helping me, but you helping the community because the donations that you guys make to this campaign is going to help me win, but it's going to affect thousands and thousands of people in that district. And whether it's $5 or whether Ross and all of them doing big fundraisers, whether it's $100,000, it directly affects these people. And ultimately, it'll affect the people around the country because when you see these things that's happening that we're going to do in this district, and you're going to be able to go to your congressman and congresswoman and say, no, you can't tell us we can't get this done because Unc got it done in his district. We want the same damn things. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. I love the fact that y'all came here. Thank you, Glo, for being such a great supporter of the program. listen, man. Yeah, Robin. Yeah, I love the AKAs. You know, we had a good time and everything like that. Thank you, everybody. Make sure y'all go over. You know, yeah. He say Obama 2.0. Yep, we running a grassroots program. Grassroots. I'll be in the neighborhood all day. I'm gonna go out. We're gonna go out. We're gonna talk to people. We're gonna shake hands, kiss babies. We're gonna knock on the doors. I'm gonna get my golf cart. I'm gonna ride up and down the neighborhood, knock it on the door so I can do double time. I'm gonna show up in the backyard. Y'all be cooking. If y'all cooking, I'm coming in the backyard and I'm gonna flip some burgers and some steaks up in the backyard. I'm gonna go up in there and work. But I love it. I love campaigning. I love running, and we're just excited. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show today. We had a beautiful time, and hey, in the meantime, my girl Angel Reese.
She has been traded to the Atlanta Dream.
See that? Angel Reese traded to the Atlanta Dream. That's what's happening. But I want to thank you all for coming on. All my people on Facebook, I love you all. All the people on YouTube, I love y'all too. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Twitch, y'all welcome to the party here. Twitch and what is it? X, Elon Musk program. Every time I do a space on that, man cuts me off. I know he don't like me. He got me on some kind of. If we come on here doing a space talking politics, make sure you cut him off. But until Wednesday, I'll see y'all later. Peace. Love you all. Have a good night.